Hey everyone, it's Jen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I thought I would do a little tutorial on how I made these miniature polymer clay candy canes. I was looking online at AliExpress and Amazon and other craft supply sites for miniature pastel colored candy canes, and all I could find were red and white ones, sometimes like brighter color ones, but I could never find like aqua ones like this, aqua and white, or pink and white. So I did search on YouTube, and there are some videos on how to make polymer clay candy canes. So I will link the ones that I use down below, but I thought I would just show you my process too, just in case you were curious. I'm not an expert at all. Obviously, this is, I've made them twice, so this will be my third time making them, but I think they came out super cute, and they're so cost effective to make yourself, and they're really, really easy too. So you can make them any color you want. You can combine 2 colors, 3 colors, just leave them single colors. You could even make them more textured like this one, which has kind of like two pieces looped together and not smoothed out, just like that one, if you could see that a little bit better. Or the smoother ones. And so yeah, you can roll them out as thin as you want. You can cut them as short as you want. And like I said, it's really cost effective and very easy to make, and actually very fun. So let me just show you the tools that I used. You're going to need some polymer clay. So I went to Michael's and I bought some there. I bought Fimo ones and the Craft Smart brand, and they work fine. I wanted to get a couple different colors, so when I was at Hobby Lobby this week, their polymer clay was 40% off. So I picked up this pale yellow one, and then I picked up this one, which I think it's called Frost White Glitter. So this one has glitter in it. I thought that would be fun to add. So yeah, so I figured I would add those to my collection of polymer clays. I did buy these tools at Michael's when I bought these. I really didn't need the roller for these, for this project, or I kind of used this a little bit, but mainly what I used was this kind of like cutter to cut my candy canes apart after I rolled out the big long tube. But you don't really need that. I also used just a regular butter knife, or dinner knife too, just an older one in my kitchen. So I did that, and if you have a glass mat, go ahead and use that because it's really easy to clean. Otherwise, just a nice smooth surface that you can clean off well afterwards. And then you're gonna want to bake it in the oven after. So I use my toaster oven. I just used a little baking sheet, and then I use nonstick foil. I use this for everything that I cook and craft with, and it's great. You don't have to spray it with anything, so it doesn't get greasy, but everything doesn't stick either. So it comes in Reynolds brand, but also Walmart has their brand, which I use, and it's fine. I think this one is Reynolds, but the Walmart one is just as good. All right, so let's get started. Why don't we make a white and pink one? So I just used press and seal to wrap up my clay just to keep it nice and fresh. I don't know if that's necessary. Like I said, I haven't really worked with polymer clay before, so I don't know how long it lasts in the air without baking it, but I figured I would just leave it like this. And I also noticed that you do not need a lot of this at all. So this goes a long way. I had a lot left over, so I'm just gonna break off a piece like this size for this project. This one, I think I'd rolled this out before and just saved it, but I'm gonna take it in my hands and just kind of squish it a little bit. You want to make it soft. You want to get rid of any lines in it. And just at this point, just squish it up a bunch. And that just softens up the clay, gets it ready to roll out. Okay, so we'll get that piece, and then you're going to start rolling it just in your hands. Let me take my ring off. I don't need that in the way. And just to get it kind of in a tube shape. And then go ahead, put it on your glass mat and just roll it with your hand. You could use a roller here, but it's really not necessary. And if you use your fingers, you can feel the size of your clay log, I guess. And you want it to be even. So just kind of go back and forth and make sure it's getting even from the end to the middle, just as much as you can, you know. And depending on what size you want to make your candy canes is how thin you want to roll your log here. So I kind of just wing this because you could always roll it more once you have the other color in it too. So let's see. Let me just measure this just to start. Might be easier in millimeters. It's about 5 millimeters wide. And if you want to see inches, it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. All right, so we'll just leave that like that. And then let's take out some pink. So I'm sure like the more, you know, involved polymer clay shapes, or, you know, I couldn't do that this easily. You'd really have to know what you were doing. But to make candy canes, that's easy. And like I said, any color you want. All right, so this is nice and soft now. So I'm just going to roll it a little bit in my hands. And then I'm going to roll it out. Move you over. Use your fingers to make it even. If you see a spot that's a little thicker than the other, just concentrate on that one. And as you roll it, it gets longer. And this one, I'm going to keep rolling so it's thinner, and then we'll cut it in half and put it on either side of the white log. All right, so I'm going to line it up with the white one. Let me zoom in a little so you can see. Okay, then I'm going to take my knife and cut it off on both ends. This part was a little bit thinner, so I just took that away. All right, and then this part here, we're going to put on the other side and cut off the end. In the video that I watched, she made the one by Heather. She made gorgeous candy canes with like different sizes of the, like she made hers red and white, and she had different size red stripes, so when she twisted it, it looked really, really nice. But this is just simple for beginners candy canes. So you just want to press the pink part into the white part. Just so there's no air holes. Okay. And then we're going to roll the whole thing. Well, let's keep pressing a little bit to make sure it's like a cylinder. Okay. And it's getting kind of long, so I'm going to cut it and just work with the more manageable piece right now. Okay, so we have this part here. So what I'm going to do is roll this forwards and backwards just to make it a little bit rounder, like that. And it's getting longer, of course, that's what happens. Okay, so you can see the pink and the white are kind of integrated there, right? Keep rolling. Go in one direction with both hands, okay, at this point. All right. A little bit longer. Okay, so now it's about, let's see, about 3/8 of an inch thick. All right, I'm going to cut this in half again to make it more manageable. See how it makes so much? All right, so this is what it looks like, your clay, kind of just like a white and pink stripe. This part's a little thick, so I'm going to roll that out a little bit more. All right, so to do the twisting, what you do is you take one hand on one end, one hand on the other, and then roll them separately or separate directions. Now that part's really thin in the middle, so I'm going to cut that off. Okay, let's go back to here. Left down, right up. left down, right up, left down, right up, and you can see the twist happening, see? And then you can twist just the ends by themselves if your twisting is more concentrated in the middle. And then I always get like this thin part, so I just kind of cut that off too. And I save those for another time. So now I have this strip of twisted candy canes. So yeah, I cut mine 1.5 inches long. So I have this glass mat with markings on it. So I just cut it there. And then I take one end. Can I zoom in more? Yeah. I take one end and turn it with my fingers in the shape of a candy cane, just like that. And then let me take it off with my knife so I could show you. And then that's what it looks like. It's a little thin on this end, but that's okay. They're not all perfect, but it looks cute, right? So I'm going to add that to my baking sheet like that. And then with the rest of it, so like if it's not even, just go ahead and you could cut that part off, or, you know, roll it out a little bit more on one end. That's what I'm doing there. But like I said, I'm not an expert, but I was asked to show how I do it. So this is it. All right, I'm going to cut off a little bit. Actually, I'm going to make this one shorter. I'll make 2 short ones, because sometimes you want ones that are a little bit shorter. And then if you want to take your tools, if you want to use them, like this one I have, it's got kind of a rounded end. I just kind of like fold my candy cane hook around that. But that's a little big for that one, so, but it gives you the idea. And oh, I wanted to show you something else too. So that's what that one looks like. So when you put it on your baking sheet, move these over, to make sure that the straight part is straight, just kind of like pull it down a little bit while you're holding the other end. Oops, okay. So you don't want it like that. You can either just tilt it into place or just pull it down. So I've got a couple here so far. And then you just go ahead and take all of your strips and make candy canes into it or out of it. So this, I'm going to cut off some of those thin ends, make another one. That's about 1.5 inches. Straighten it out when you put on your baking sheet. And then I'll show you how to make the kind that look like they're 2 ropes together. So what I do is just take the scraps, let me zoom out a little bit, and just roll them together like that. This one will look kind of tie-dyed. And then just put 2 together. And then just twist without like incorporating them into each other. So it just kind of gives like a big twisty effect. Like that. That's pretty cool, right? I like these. They have a lot of texture to them. All right, so this one, we'll do the 1.5 inch one. It just turns out to be a good size for me, so that's why I do it that way. Right, isn't that cute, that one? I like that. Put it on my cookie tray. And when you bake them, they kind of vary a little bit depending on the manufacturer. But for the Michaels brand, it was at 275 for like about 15 minutes. And it doesn't like smell bad or anything. All right, so that's what we have so far. I'm just doing a few of each just to show you. I'll save the rest for later. Let's try, should we try one of the glitter ones? Yeah, let's do that. Let me get that out. All right, so I got a piece of the white glitter one. See the glitter in there? I should probably roll out the aqua one first so it doesn't get all the glitter in it. So yeah, I got out some of my aqua one too, and I thought I'd make an aqua and white glitter candy cane. So that'll be fun. So again, just squeeze it a lot just to make it soft. Roll it with your hand on your mat. So like I said, this is just, it's fun. It's not expert level or anything. Not mine anyway. Okay, so there's the aqua one. So let's take the glitter. But I did see there was somebody's video, I didn't watch it yet, but they have like different ways to make, you know, like peppermint candies and stuff too. So I think that would be fun. This is beginner, very beginner class. Just to show you, you know, it's easy to do. And if you want to make these and stop there, that's great. If you want to keep going with it, I'll probably stop here. But all right. I've got the glitter one, and it's for not really transferring glitter on my hands, which is nice. All right, gonna roll that one out. So I'm gonna cut off some aqua. As you can see, I'm not measuring this because I just want to see how it comes out. Squeezing the aqua into the white. And when you bake it, it doesn't like enlarge or anything, you know, it doesn't blow up like cookies would or something. Okay, just like we did with the pink and the white, just kind of squeeze the aqua into it. Okay. One direction for both hands, just to get it all incorporated in there. Okay, and then we'll do the twist. So we're going to do one hand one way, oops, sorry, one hand the other way. So left I'm going to go down, right hand I'm going to go up. See how it twists? Ooh, this is definitely thicker than the other one. Pretty. Let me just roll it out a little bit too. So you could do that after you twist, you know, roll it to make it thinner. Make it even. Like if there's a thick part, roll that part. And then you could do more twisting. Ooh, that looks nice. Look at that. That came out nice. More twisting to make more stripes. Very fun. I'm going to make it thinner by just rolling it out one direction. So yeah, I'm definitely learning as I go here. But I figured since I was going to be making more, I would just show you how I'm doing it. Okay, I think that's good for the twist. Just trying to make it even. See, I have that thin spot there again, so I'm going to cut that off. Okay. So let's go back to the 1.5 inches. These are going to be a little bit thicker than the other ones. So it looks like this. And I'm going to go ahead and curve it like a candy cane. Oh, he's cute. I like him. So I'll show you, see how much thicker it is in those? But you can definitely see a sparkle on there. I don't know if you can in this light, but when I'm all done, I'll show you them in actual light. All right, let's do another 1.5 inches, and then I will go ahead and bake these and then come back. Remember, straighten out the straight part. And I'm going to make the rest of these thinner, so I'm going to roll them. Curve it. Oh, he doesn't look that great. clay. You can always squish it the way you want it. Much better. All right. Oh, you know what we should do before I let you go? Let's take one of these and a pink strip and roll them together. Okay, I'm going to cut it apart here and here. All right, so we have this long piece. So I'm just going to twist them without rolling them. Oops. I should do this on the table. I just kind of wanted to show you. How cool does that look, right? Oh, I like those. And then don't forget the ends. All right, so I will take inch and a half of that one. Just hold it up so you can see. Oh yeah, look how pretty that one is. Isn't that pretty? I like that. And we'll do one more. That one is not even. Let's find an even spot. Cut off the ends. Okay. Also cute, 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 cute. All right, I'm just going to make a few more, and then I'm going to bake them at 275, I think, for 10-15 minutes, and I'll be back to show you what they look like. All right, so I baked them at 275 for 15 minutes, and they've been cooling for a couple of minutes, so let's take a look. Oh, and I did make this one while I was off camera. I just kind of swirled mint and pink piece together to make it look like a kind of a lollipop or a candy or something. I thought that would be fun, and that came out fine. So yeah, these are all the candy canes we made. As you can see, they look exactly the same as when you put them into the oven. They're just hard now and ready to go on your projects. You could put two together and make it look like a little heart. I've seen people do that before. That would be cute. You could put them in your hot cocoa projects. You know, whatever you want to use them for. I love the twisty ones. They come out really nice. And then, of course, the aqua and the glitter ones. You could see, yeah, you can really see the glitter. Can you? Oh, I hope you can. There, now you can see it. Okay, it's a nice fine glitter in there. Looks really pretty, just a subtle touch. I'd like it for candy canes, you know, makes them a little festive. And then, of course, you can make these into charms by either adding a bail, or I think when they first come out of the oven, it's still like not completely hard yet. You can add an eye pin. I'm pretty sure that's how you do that, but don't quote me. There's another one with the sparkles. Here's some more of the twisty ones. Super fun. I love the colors, and I had a lot of fun making these. That one's cool. You could see that with the different color stripes. So they look nice all together, just like in a little bowl like that, right? Those are just the ones we made right now. And then I add them to I'll add them to the ones that I did already make there. So I will have candy canes forever. And I still have so much clay left, so I really do need to figure out something else to do with these besides candy canes. But this was fun. Maybe I'll make some bigger ones to hang on my tree that would use more clay, and yeah, that would be fun too. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little craft with me. It was fun making these, and if you make them, I'd love you to tag me, and I'd love to see how they come out. And see what kind of colors you use and what projects you're using them for. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to be studying up some more tutorials and get better at this. But, you know, for a beginner, I think that these came out pretty good and good enough for my paper crafting projects. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll be back soon with more crafty videos. Take care. Bye.